2024 is almost over, and today I want to make a quick recap of my best year ever, because I think 2024, transition wise for example, but also in a personal manner, I experienced this year as really the best one of my life. So let's go through it and I will tell you what this year was all about, because I only started this YouTube channel in September, and before that I didn't make any content about myself. So let's talk about the months before I even started my YouTube channel. But first of all, welcome everybody who's new on this channel. Since I uploaded my last video last week, almost 50 new subscribers joined my channel, which is awesome. And just as a quick reminder, only like 9% of everybody who is watching my videos is actually subscribed to my channel. That's something that needs to change in 2025. And by the way, also YouTube tells me that over 1000 people are regularly watching my videos. So more than double of the number of subscribers which I'm having at the moment are coming back to my channel to watch my videos again. Why don't you subscribe to my channel? Just think about it. Alright, so let's talk about January. In January, I had lots of work to do for my next internship, or for my final internship. So for those who don't know, I'm studying at the University of Teacher Education, so I'm becoming a teacher, or I will be very soon. It's only about a few weeks left until my studies finally end, and yeah, then I will be a teacher officially. So basically January was just preparing lessons, lesson planning, all the things, because my internship involved, I think, around 130 lessons in total, which I had to teach. So it was lots of preparation for that internship. It was also organizing lots of stuff, because I actually moved to another place, because the place where I had my internship was almost 3 hours away from where I'm living. So I was looking for a flat. I also went there once to get to know the people who are working there, to get to know my colleagues and everybody. And yeah, that was basically the whole January in this year. Yeah, February and March are almost the same, because these were the 2 months in which I was in my internship, and yeah, I basically had no time for other things during that time, because it was really a rough time, but it was also a very good time. I was teaching for the first time as a publicly outed trans woman, which turned out very well, to be honest. I expected to have some problems because of it, but no, I had no problems at all. That internship went so well. All the kids were really nice. They understood very well what it involves, or what it's meant to be a trans woman. I also explained it, of course, at the beginning of my internship, but yeah, no problems at all. I was teaching like a master, and yeah, I also got really nice feedback, and overall I really had a good time there over the 6 weeks which this internship involved. I have to make some additions here. I just showered, so my hair is still drying, but while showering I was thinking about what I just told you everything before in my video, and I have like 5 additions to make in total, but first one is right here. So in February I got a nice new haircut. Yes, I got my hair cut and also colored. So my hair, by the way, which is blonde like from here on, that's colored blonde. That's what I did in February this year, and yeah, like that's my natural hair color up here. And basically right after that, so the internship ended at the March 30th, I think. So we had Easter right after my internship ended. So yeah, we were just at the beginning of April by that time, and yeah, as soon as my internship ended, I had to organize lots of things for my master's thesis. I had to contact people to make interviews with and things like that. Also my studies continued basically immediately just after the internship finished. Yeah, it was really a lot going on just as April started. I also remember I streamed on Twitch for 3 days straight after Easter because I had the challenge of getting done the garden in a Hypixel Skyblock, which I did, by the way. That was really nice. And I think that was my last really long or also really good stream I had on Twitch, because when we are talking about Twitch and the past year now, I think I only streamed for 20 times in total, and also very irregularly as a whole. So yeah, I really did not good on Twitch this year, but I did way better on YouTube, on this channel right here, and that makes me even more happy, I think. But there was more going on in April, because in April I had my first appointment with my endo, where I had the opportunity to ask questions about getting HRT, because at that point I wasn't really sure if I really want to get HRT, but I thought, yes, no, okay, I might start, but let's talk to a specialist first, and that's what I did in April as well. And after that I decided, yes, I definitely want to start getting HRT and get that therapy started. So that's also one thing that happened in April this year. And after that, in May, my studies or the past semester already ended again, because my second last semester was a very short one due to the internship we all had to do. So the whole semester was only 6 weeks, I think. And also I had one exam, just an oral exam, and right after that, basically the day after that exam, I started taking HRT, which was on May the 28th, and that's exactly 7 months ago today. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Today, 7 months ago. Addition number 2. In May, I also started voice training. Yes, I did. But I only had like 3 sessions in total back in May and June. After that I had to stop due to the reason that they had not enough voice trainers for all the customers like me, because they had more severe cases which needed voice training, and these are of course prioritized over people like me who do not really need voice training in that sense, and I think that's totally okay. So I had to stop voice training for quite a long time. I just started by the end of October again, and since then I had like 4 more sessions until today. Also in May I worked at the university for a project, for a scientific maths project I was involved. I did that to get some credits for my studies. That was also one thing I was involved during May and also during June, because it was a project that continued after the semester, so I was working on that a lot. And in parallel my semester holiday and everything started, but I was working very much for my master thesis already at that point. I was reading books, I read papers, I was doing research in general. I had all my interviews, I think, yes, I did all my interviews during June, which I needed to do for my master thesis. I also wrote quite a lot for my master thesis already in June, I think, and that also continued into July. I also worked very much for my master thesis, and I also started working out in July. I finally went to the gym again. I found a very nice little gym which also allowed me as a trans woman to use the staff's changing room, so I was very welcomed there by all the staff, and yeah, I was just feeling more and more well and better again, which made me so happy. So I started working out regularly. I went to the gym every second day, I think, and the days between I was working on my master thesis. I was also gaming Minecraft a lot, I think, back then, which I, by the way, stopped by now. After almost 13 years of playing Minecraft, I basically stopped playing Minecraft this summer as well. But that happened a little bit later. Yeah, so I was working, I think, 3 to 5 weeks straight, only for my master thesis, with some breaks with going to the gym, of course. And I was also working part-time, like one day a week. I was working at the job which I still have, so I also gained some money, of course. Yeah, so I had a really nice summertime, I think, and that continued even into August, of course. In August, for example, I also decided to go on a trip with a train. I went on a train trip just to our neighbor country, Germany, which, well, is infamously known for not being very on point or on time when it comes to train travel, but however, I managed to be on time everywhere or on every destination I wanted to get to. So that was really nice. I went there for 6 days. I went from the south to the north and back to the south home. So I traveled in total, I think it was 3,000 kilometers, which I traveled by train. I went to the Elbphilharmonie in Hamburg, for example, which I wanted to visit for so long. And yeah, that wish came finally true. And by the way, I did that train trip alone. I took nobody with me. I would have if I had a partner, if I had a girlfriend or somebody, but I don't. So I went there alone and it was fine because I had the opportunity to always do what I wanted. I had the chance to visit what I wanted and to just live my life as I am. And that also made me very, very happy. For example, I got up at 5 in the morning just to visit the sunrise because I just love it. It was so beautiful. And yeah, in general, I had really nice days. And also it was something like experiencing myself in public as a woman for the first time, really, because as mentioned in other videos on this channel before, I really feel like I got something like a glow up during this summer, but I also started feeling like 100% myself or 100% female in general. So I was also a little bit anxious also, by the way, to go into Germany because compared to Switzerland, Germany is not that friendly in my opinion, because when we see like what are people voting in Germany and what are their stands and what are their points when it comes to trans people, I think they're more radical about that than people in Switzerland, in my opinion, or it's just my experience. But overall, I really had a nice time in Germany. It was okay. I never had problems because of who I am, or yeah, it was okay. It was really good, and that also gave me a lot of confidence and made me happy as well, of course. Okay, there's one thing or a little damper, for example, which I had when you're talking about being transgender in Germany. I went to a TV show on one of my first days. I was in Berlin and I went to the TV show Karen Mioska, and at the control where everybody was controlled if they have weapons or anything with them. So at the entrance, there was a man and there was a woman, so security, and they only controlled, like the man controlled men, the women controlled women. So yeah, and when I was at the security check-in, they asked me, male or female. They were not sure about me, which was kind of funny. So yeah, I explained them like, well, officially I'm female because I officially changed my name and my gender over 1 year ago in 2023. So yeah, I told them officially it's female, but well, if you're reducing myself to my body, then it would be male. So then they were really friendly. They understood totally what I was explaining them. So the women just asked me if it's okay if the man would control me and not her. So yeah, I told them, yeah, of course it's okay. So no problem. And yeah, that was a little damper, but that's okay. That's totally fine. It happens, and it won't happen in the future anymore probably. If you've seen my last video, I want to get bottom surgery sometime in the future, and then everything should be okay by then, because of course also my appearance is going to change more just by HRT, and maybe I also decide to do some other things in the future. So yeah, I think that was just one little step on my way to becoming a full woman, or to become my true self. Yeah, so that was August. there was really a lot going on in August, but it's not even everything. In August, I also went to a makeup artist for the first time, just to get to know makeup better. I was also experimenting a lot with makeup in general this summer, but I just went to a makeup artist to get to know some more tricks for trans people, or to learn some new techniques, like for example contouring is something I was totally not into it before. Now I'm totally in it. I will also make a video about that in 2025. Yeah, that happened. I also did a photo shooting, or a very good friend of mine did one with me, which is very cool because all my pictures I'm using now on the internet, for example my profile pictures on nearly every social media platform, or the channel banner of my YouTube channel right here, is also one of the photos which came out of the photo shooting right there. Yeah, that was also in August. Yeah, really a lot happened in August this year. That's crazy. Addition number 3. Now we are talking about something that changed quite a lot in my life, because by the end of August I also decided to stop eating sweets and sugary products in general, and I was able to do that like really all the time. I only ate like once a month something which contained a little bit more sugar. For example, when I was invited to an event, or invited to eating in a restaurant with a fixed menu or something. And that was okay, and I think it also contributed a lot to my weight loss, about which I will talk about in this video quite in a few. So let's continue in September. In September, my semester holidays from my studies ended, so my studies continued, but I was really happy that my studies continued actually, because as you know, as I've told you already several times, I changed so much during summer, or I felt so well after summer, that I was just like also just missing my friends from my studies. So I was so happy to see them finally again, and just to show up, to say hi, it's me by the way. And yeah, I was really happy to see all my colleagues and my peers again. And I was also very happy that the temperatures went rapidly down by the start of the semester, because I was able to experiment with a lot of new outfits which I really liked, and for which I also got a lot of compliments by my peers and also by my working colleagues and everybody who sees me in these outfits, of course. So yeah, I really enjoyed September, but not really a lot happened during that time, I think. So let's jump right next to October. That was a really cool month, because I finally got to know other trans people. Yeah, almost, or more, for more than 2 years, I went my own way. I had no contact or no relation to any trans people at all. Yeah, but in October I finally got to know some new trans people, or to get to know some local trans people also, of course. That was really cool. I also had a lot of things going on in my studies again, because we had like some break weeks in between the semester, and therefore we had some special weeks which were also really nice or really cool. We had also lots of special events during that time, but yeah, still the studies continued, and that's basically what happened in October. Okay, a little more happened. I didn't mention that at all before, also in September, but of course I continued to continuously going to the gym every second or third day I tried to go to, and I was able to really, to keep that schedule going on like that. And I also lost a lot of weight during that time. And yeah, when you are now talking about November, for example, I finally saw my therapist again in November, and yeah, basically it was just telling everything I told you before already, but of course with a lot of more depth, and about how I feel about everything. Yeah, but in general we just ended up after that one talk, so like, yeah, everything is fine, and we do not need to see us again, only if something is getting bad or is getting worse or something like that. But yeah, I'm mentally very stable, and yeah, I will probably see my therapist again just when I want to get some surgery, of course, for example. In that case, I think it's very important to talk to a therapist first again. But yeah, until then, we have no other meetings or appointments, and that's really good, I think. But November was also one of my favorite months, because not only did I hand in my master thesis, which by the way got accepted by now, just a few days ago, I got the message, it's accepted, and we will have a discussion about it or a meeting again to finally conclude everything. So yeah, that's very cool. But also I celebrated my first birthday, my first real birthday celebration happened in November. So yeah, of course it was my 26th birthday, or I turned 26 in November, but I never did any birthday celebration before. Of course, when I was young as a child, my parents, of course, they organized some little parties for me and the kids who were in school with me together. But as I turned 14, 15, or just when I stopped celebrating these birthdays, I never did any party again. Like, not even when I turned 16, not even when I turned 18 or 21 or whatever. I just never celebrated a birthday again. And right now, I think it's the first time, or when I think about the reasons for why I celebrated a birthday just now and never again before, I just didn't know like who to celebrate, because I didn't knew really who I am before, so I had no reason to celebrate somebody who am I not connected to. So by now I was just so happy, I was feeling like being myself finally, and I think that's the main reason why I chose to celebrate my first real birthday now. So we had a big party, more than 20 people came. I invited, I think almost everybody whom I invited was present. So I invited people who were studying with me, I invited people who went to high school with me some years ago, I invited people who are working with me at my part-time job, and yeah, a lot of people got to know each other, and a lot of new connections were established at that evening. It was a really nice event. I also made a video about that, by the way, but it's in German, but I probably won't redo that video in English. But yeah, it was really nice. We made a crime dinner, we had really nice food. It was really cool. It was an evening of my life, definitely. It was one of the best evenings I ever had. Yeah. Addition number 4. Now we are talking about weight loss. I lost a lot of weight this year. Yes, indeed. I lost about 6 kilograms, or for my American viewers, that's the same as about 13 pounds. So yeah, that's what I also did in 2023. Like, I achieved that in only 4 to 5 months roundabout, and now in December I gained a little weight again, because I decided December is my cheat month. Because I have to be honest, I do not really drink alcohol at all, but I'm getting really weak when it comes to muckled wine during this time in December. So yeah, I drank a little bit of alcohol again. I also ate some sweets, because yeah, you get in contact with lots of sweets during December, and so I decided, yeah, December is just my cheat month. But overall I ate sweets in like 4 or 5 days in total of December. I ate sweets, and I think I had 3 or 4 times alcohol this month, but that's about it. That's about what I ate or drank, which wasn't good in December, and it was okay. And I do not think that because of that I gained weight again in December. I think it's because just all the fat I really had in my body, which was easy able to get rid of, I got rid of by now. So when I want to lose more weight, I need probably to change the things in my sports routine, doing other things, or probably even start dieting harder than I already did. But I wouldn't say I even dieted at all this year, but I just stopped eating sweets. That's basically what I did. So yeah, if I want to lose more weight, I think I have to be even harder by now. In this month, I decided to change my language from German to English on my YouTube channel just after 3 months after I started this channel. Yeah, by the way, this channel is only in existence, or has only been in existence for 4 months now, and I did never expect to grow it so much or so strong as it did just in the past few weeks. And I think it was the best decision to make the change in language from German to English, because I'm reaching a much bigger and diverse crowd all over the world now, and just not only just as German-speaking countries like Germany, Switzerland and Austria, which is really nice, which feels good, and I'm also able to practice my English that way, because yeah, of course, I also studied English to become an English teacher, but you are only as good as you can speak the language, and in the end, language learning is all about speaking in the first place. So that's really great for me and myself also. But in December, I think there was also a lot going on again, because I started finishing all my things I had to do in order to finish the semester, in order to finish my studies as a whole, which quite stressed me by the end, or in the past final days just before Christmas, because everything was due to before Christmas. So yeah, let's say I relaxed a little bit too much after I handed in my master thesis. So yeah, I had to do really a lot of things just before Christmas, but it worked. Everything is handed in now. Now everybody has time to correct and to give feedback until I think it's January 20th or something. By then I will know almost everything, if I passed or not, and if I do so, I will be a teacher in February next year. I will officially be a teacher by February 2025 if everything is good, and if I'll pass the exams which I'm having in 2 weeks. Yeah, but I'm very optimistic. It really should turn out good in my expectation. And yeah, that was December, I think. I also had 2 semester end parties I went to. Usually I'm not really that much of a party girl, I'd say, but I also would say I became a party girl a little bit. And this is the point where the memory card of my camera just got full. So I have to make this little end, which was not captured anymore, sadly. I have to repeat that, but that was okay, because literally everything space was available on my memory card. But yeah, what I wanted to say here is that I think I became somehow or some kind of a party girl now, because I think it's due to HRT, or because I'm feeling like 16 again, or like I'm experiencing my teeny years now with 26 again, or the first time really, in a sense. Yeah, because I want to go out, I want to go clubbing, I would love to have people to go clubbing with, because that's the problem, or the thing that keeps me from doing things like this. But yeah, overall I had a really nice time when it comes to feeling younger again, or yeah, experiencing the teeny years, as I said. So yeah, but that's about it about this video. What are your most memorable experiences you had this year? Please let me know down below in the comments, and thank you very much for watching this video. Overall, thank you so much for spending time with my videos. Thank you so much for watching my content at all. This channel is only 4 months old now, and we gained so much or so many subscribers already, which is crazy. So I think by 2025 we can definitely aim for a mid 4-digit or even 5-digit number, maybe, I don't know. So yeah, thank you for being with me this year, and thank you for also being part of this channel in 2025. If you want to be that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As said in this video already, most people who watch my videos watch more than one video or come back at a later time, but are not subscribed to my channel. So please consider subscribing. Thank you. And if you like this video, if you are already subscribed, that's perfect. Please give it a like. Thank you so much, and see you next time, and have a good time in 2025. Bye!